and they're like, we can do something with this.
Maybe.
Like, I don't
Or maybe
know.
he did the wraparound story with Satan and God.
The movie just starts with that god-awful fucking band, and that sets the tone.
See, I wanted to ask, because I was like watching, I was like, maybe Randy's into this too, because he likes Wasp a lot, they're not good, and like, a lot of the stuff that you, like, Danzig, like,
What?
I know,
Break a ball
I know,
over
I
your
saw
head.
that today, fucking listen to fucking Danzig.
Listen to Danzig.
I'm Danzig, motherfucker.
I've heard him
Danzig,
before, there's
motherfucker.
nothing else, it's a fucking sad metal Elvis. I don't know.
It's, I don't know, not a totally untrue description.
Yeah, he is. He buys kitty litter. And
Cat food.
and whatever.
And likes
He's
getting
a normal
pictures taken
guy.
with carrot cake.
And he gets knocked out on one of the videos that's too. So he shit.
Yeah, they're the band is pretty terrible. They're all dressed like 80s aerobics class members or something. You know, everybody's got something to do. Everybody but you.
Come on and dance with me.
Dance with me. Dance
And the
with
singer
me.
actually does. He kind of does this dance that would, if a girl was riding you like that, you would come eventually. He's the grinding back and forth hip thing that he's doing like a lot. Like
It was so bad.
if he sat on it.
God sort of looks like
Same.
a cross between Santa and Colonel Sanders.
Yes, he does.
And Mr. Satan kind of looks like an ugly mobster from like one of the Godfather movies or something.
Can we stop depicting God as, well, this is 85, but like to this day, why is he old and gray? He has he's like eternal. Like, why would he age and why you gotta look
Yeah.
old? I would pick, if I was God, I'd pick like a hot,
You'd look like Jared Leto.
like, no, it would be like a young Eric Estrada or something like that with my shirt. Like, I don't know. Why
Or do
old
like
and gray?
South Park's amalgamation of everything.
Yeah, I don't,
Like the platypus alligator thing.
ugh,
So like
whatever.
the first story is about
God's not old.
some guy who kills his wife accidentally in a car wreck, Beetlejuice style. They drive off a bridge and drown. Then he winds up in an insane asylum, and they brainwash him into luring women back to the insane asylum so that they can kill them and dismember their bodies and sell the body parts.
And this
Bodies for sale.
Bodies for sale. There's just like,
was such bad
yeah,
cuts.
the editing is just so random. Like I'm taking notes for it, and it's just like I have naked girl, electroshock, Richard Mall, couple stops at sanitarium to use phone, Richard Mall, knocks out husband, grabs wife. Then there's just no way to take notes on something like this
No.
because it's just random scene cuts, and like the fact that this was a movie that was culled together from unfinished stuff is painfully evident the most in this first segment, for
so
sure.
painful. Like my notes, I have stuff written down.
Did
But
you?
like I constantly put like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, like-
Bad cuts.
Did anyone look up the editor's name? It's
No.
got to be in the credits, but that's his most as an adult.
Amateurish.
No, I think that's when he was like the highest.
It's hilarious
the most of his
that,
life
like,
on psychedelics.
Most of the story, especially for the first segment, is just explained through narration because it's it's not being told by what's on screen.
And Richard Mole.
necessarily.
And Richard Mole.
We gotta
Which
get
is funny because he's credited in this movie as Charles Mall.
really. Well, why would you attach your real?
Well, this was before Night
God-given
Court or House or anything. It's kind of funny that like almost everybody from the principal cast of Night Court has some horror credit under their
Yeah,
belt.
John Larroquette.
John Larroquette did the narration in Texas Chainsaw, and he
And
was in Cat People.
Yep, Cat People.
Harry Anderson was in It.
Oh yes,
Mac,
Harry
the core guy Mac was like in an episode of Carnival or two.
Well, we're starting to see that with prolific actors anyways going into horror. I just saw someone's making a horror movie. Oh, Bill Engvall is in a horror movie that he's like...
Oh,
I heard he was
God.
actually pretty good too in that.
But he's like the Larry the Cable Guy's friend, like the comedy guy.
Yeah.
That's the one, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
he-
things
like,
that it was
he's
actually
in
not
this
That's
bad.
enough talking about Bill.
All right, Jesus.
Jesus.
Actually, out of all of them, out of all, Ron White was the only one. I don't know. Ron White was good. What do you think, Lance?
I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck this movie is about.
No. it's
You're not gonna have. That's not gonna happen.
I love the scene.
There's no plot other than he gets taken into a insane asylum.
Yeah,
They
they're
use
using him to lure women back.
That's the whole movie.
Well, that's just the segment of the movie. Is
an anthology?
Yeah, it's an anthology. So this is the first segment in the anthology.
Oh, okay.
I love the couple that stops at the asylum to use the phone. Like, the wife is probably the worst actor in the entire movie. She, like, calls the restaurant. She's like, yes, hello, we have reservations to eat at your restaurant because it is our anniversary.
I remember that. Deadpan.
I think that was also where, like, the music, like, stops halfway through or something like that.
Dance with me,
Like
dance with me.
the score in the back. And just
you're
like,
watching that before I take you home.
Dance with me,
He
dance
keeps,
with me.
and, like, the way that Harry keeps getting women to bring back to the asylum is funny. Like, he goes to church and, like, drugs the woman at communion. That's
what happened to that scene?
Yeah.
He did that with his, like, he put something there and gave her the little...
He goes to the bar and he drugs the woman, and he goes to the church and he drugs the woman, and... And, like, every time he drugs someone, they wind up just, like, back at the asylum and naked, strapped to a gurney, and Richard Mall, like, molests on him for a minute, and fucking fantastic.
And what was it, like, one scene, Harry wakes up, like, yelling, but it's more like yell talking, going, no! Like, because he had a nightmare. It was the most horrible acting, and just, like, in one word that I've ever heard.
I love the scene
one word really failed scene.
Yeah,
acting scene.
The guy from the guy from the bar comes looking for the bartender that gets drugged and brought back to the asylum, and Richard Mall, like, takes him to see her, and he's, like, just yelling at her, like, about how she's lost her marbles and shit.
That's the first. Let's wrap that one up, because
that's
it, right?
Richard Mall gets that.
Yeah, there's
Harry and Richard Mall.
There's some good gore in this segment. There's lots of nudity.
Yeah,
lots
tons of nudity.
Bull from Night Court gets, like, sliced in his
decapitated
stomach before the...
Yeah, sliced like with a bad effect slice in the stomach, too.
Oh, yeah. And there's one where in the choreography, the guy's, like, walking towards him and holding up this fucking weapon way too long, and he takes the gut to the knife. And then he goes on to star in Night Court.
So, at some point...
Did I say something wrong?
Yeah, you said gut to the knife.
I mean, if the guy without the weapon was, like, you know, center of the octagon guy, and he's putting on the pressure, it would be gut to knife, like, if he fought that way.
And Ken just burned himself on the leg with the cigarette.
But I fucking trooped through it. I didn't...
Gut to knife.
Sorry.
Need a cigarette.
Yeah, there's, like, most of this first segment is just Richard Mall.
I can't smoke weed and talk.
Tying women down to gurneys, like random women. One of who is in, like, a fucking tiger stripe bikini for some reason.
Yeah.
But like,
are you talking about her fashion choice? Like, first up, why would she pick that? Jesus, I'm a diva. Is that what you're saying?
No, I just don't understand why she's in a tiger stripe bikini to begin with, and, like, her character is just brought in out of nowhere, and, like, the scene just starts with her being handcuffed or tied to the gurney in the bikini, so...
Oh, I see. I thought you were wondering why she chose that outfit when she paid for it.
No, I have, bodies for money in quotations.
I did the
here,
same thing.
So do I, actually.
That's
bodies
pretty funny.
Where they will sell the parts to medical schools all over the world.
Yeah, there's some, I don't know, decent violence in the first segment, lots of nudity, but then, you know, it all gets wrapped up, and we cut back to God and Satan, and they start talking about music.
Oh, yeah. It seemed like Satan doesn't like music. That's stupid.
Yeah, Satan should like music.
I thought that's, like, the main goal was to get, like, in Satan's good graces with your metal.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you know, blues musicians used to meet at the crossroads
and
and sell their soul for fucking blues fame.
But
then
Ralph doesn't like music?
Ralph Macchio made that movie about it with Steve Vai. So the second segment starts, and basically that one is about this guy who meets some woman at a fair, and, like, she wants to be an actress, and he takes her and tells her that he's going to make her an actress, but he fucking turns her out into a porn star instead. She meets some fucking frat boy, and they fall in love and start fucking, and the guy that makes her the porn star takes offense to it, so he makes them join his death club.
This is the best segment out of the movie.
Yeah, probably the death club segment. You know, there's I love how when they first talk about how she had been turned into a porn star, they used, like, her porn video to introduce the frat boy that she falls in love with, because all the frat boys are sitting around in the frat house watching the porno together.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like something that dudes do? Because I've never fucking sat around with a dude friend of mine and watched a porno with him.
A couple of my friends have
I
done it
tried.
before.
That's weird.
Just smoking weed, watching porn,
It's a
laughing.
weird thing to do.
I'd offer
It's weird.
when people come over. You want to watch this?
Oh, that's weird.
But it's never happened, so I'm not a weirdo.
Yeah,
I never done it.
The Death Club is super fucking sweet. They show up at like the first game that they play at the Death Club is with the Tanzanian beetle or something.
Yeah, and it looks like a giant claymation
Yeah,
wasp.
it's Tanzanian beetle roulette. Yeah. This is the first segment didn't have any claymation in it, did it?
Nope.
No.
No,
is the
but this
first-
one
And
and
the
the
next
next
one.
segment, yeah, they
The
both
next one
have some really
especially.
good claymation in it. The Tanzanian beetle stops on some foreign guy, and then on the frat boy, but then it flies off to
And finds a couple having sex.
and like lands on some dude's face and bites him, and his face explodes.
Yeah, with a cool eye-popping scene.
And then they
You
play.
said cool.
Yeah, that actually looks
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
didn't think.
I
that.
thought it was kind of cool.
Fine, I'm on my own.
Yeah,
I'm on an island of
two against
denial.
one,
It's probably
motherfucker.
great. It's probably
they-
a great scene. I just didn't.
They play electric chair roulette, and that was, I don't know, the Lionel Richie looking black guy dude gets his shit melted.
But before he does, as he starts getting electrocuted, he goes, "Excuse me while I smoke." And then he just starts smoking, and then
Jesus Christ, ridiculous.
oh, it's just such.
Scott liked that scene.
I did because it was so bad.
Yeah, and then there's like the
Bad kung fu
some
too.
nudity. Yeah, when the four dudes break in to snatch up the frat boy and the porn star and bring him back to the Death Club. The bad kung fu fighting scene. That's when they start the wrecking ball pit and the pendulum style roulette game where they're like spinning the wrecking ball around the
Yeah.
room.
That's actually kind of a cool idea, but
Yeah.
like, how do you know that the fucking wrecking ball will snap off and like land in between the bodies? I don't know.
That's that's why
Yeah, I
they're saying
guess
it's
they-
that chance like of a Russian roulette. Almost,
So they'd have
where-
to start over and do it again, probably, if no one got killed off that. Because it's, I don't know.
Yeah, because I think they just did it for the thrill, whether someone died or not. Because even with that,
Someone might have just ended up with a headache, though.
Yeah,
Like,
but the
grazed their
wrecking
head, and they're like,
ball,
ah, damn it.
the wrecking ball snaps and smushes some blonde's head, and like this story was so unfinished that they just had the God and the Devil
You had to
character
talk
and the
about
night
it.
porter finish the story.
Fucking ridiculous.
And then God and the Devil argue a bit more, and then the shitty band starts playing again.
with
Yes.
6 dance moves this time.
Yeah, and the night porter says from the top, and they do the slow mo break dancing and fucking.
And how creepy is the fucking night porter? Like, just an old, when he's walking towards the camera and those white people are going, that's what he's thinking. He's like, fucking white people.
Motherfucking honkies.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look up the scene, but I forget what that couple was saying about the trains. But yeah,
What did they say something on the night porter?
no, they're talking to each other like it's a couple.
Oh, like in the from the band?
No, it's like the couple that are dancing, like listening to the band.
Oh.
Yeah, here. I really wish our bus hadn't broke down. No way. I think this train is so cool. From the top.
Yeah, that's from this up. The third segment
Excuse me.
is like it's about some woman and her husband who is a televangelist, but he's an atheist televangelist. I
There's
guess
some really cool things that were said in this.
yeah, and he there's like
He publishes
a
a book.
Nazi
Nazi demon.
immortal guy. I don't remember why he's after the Richard Mall guy. He says something.
Because he doesn't believe.
Yeah, because he doesn't believe in God or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, so this one is the one that's like the biggest mess out of all of them, probably.
It's the most claymation.
Yeah, it has the
Yeah.
most cool claymation scenes
Some
for
cool
sure.
claymation monsters in this one, and deaths.
I like
Yeah.
a really awful, half way good claymation.
I love
This is
claymation.
right up it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the out of the blue claymation and fucking Dead Alive with the rat monkey. Like,